Greetings, Skill Incarnate, bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time we're checking out Survival Machine. This game is the breakout title by small developer Grapes Pickers, and is published by my friends at Playway SA. I reviewed several of their games previously, including Farmer's Life, Car Mechanic Simulator, and Siege Mechanic Simulator. Survival Machine is their take on a zombie apocalypse. A zombie survival game where your base is mobile. You pilot the survival machine. Once a mining and lumber vehicle, now your only hope for survival. Your goal? To upgrade it to survive the apocalypse and hopefully make it to safety. Now, this game is incredibly fun, made even better by the fact it is cooperative. So, if this video does well, then I may be able to do a part 2 as we do a cooperative campaign with my friends and family. For now, I'm going to show you my progress so far in the game as we get behind the wheel of the survival machine. Welcome to Survival Machine. Now normally I would show you the opening of the game, but I'm a bit of a sucker for zombie survival games, so I couldn't wait. I'm about 7 days deep into the campaign, and we've managed to find a very large human settlement. Now unfortunately, there is a series of barricades I need to remove, a zombie army I need to circumvent, and a very large gate I need to open somehow. Then we can hopefully make it to relative safety. Now before we do anything, I'm going to give you a brief tour of the survival machine. We've got the cockpit, where we keep the machine running. We can start and stop it from here. Here is the heart of the survival machine. The furnace, which keeps everything running. It runs on wood, and I've got roughly 24 hours of fuel. Over here we have the radar station, where I can search for certain components such as these advanced components and mark them with a flare. The upgrade station, where we can build upgrades that make our survival machine more efficient. And the cosmetic bay, which admittedly I haven't been using because resources are somewhat scarce at this point in the game. Up here we have the buildable area of the machine, and as you can see, it's a bit bare bones. I have been getting attacked pretty constantly, so I do need to rebuild some of my walls. Over here we have storage where I keep all of my building materials, food and medicine. A basic generator which powers my base defenses, which I'll show you in a minute. A workbench allowing me to build basic tools and items. A sawmill allowing me to turn wood into planks and sap. We use these to build virtually everything in the base. And a tailoring bay allowing me to build things like lights and bags and other things that help me out in the wild. Now the back is where most of the attacks have been taking place at night. Every night there is a chance we will be attacked by waves of zombies, so I've got this double defense here. 2 layers of wooden walls, and a ballista, my pride and joy, which fires exploding bolts. Now while this thing is very slow, it's incredible for crowd control. And eventually when I get some more resources, I'm going to build some in other areas of the machine. Now that we've done the tour, it's time to get moving into the world and gather the resources we need to finally reach the settlement. Item number 1 on our list is a set of advanced electronic components. Now these are in a very rough area of the map, And normally I wouldn't be heading there at night, because nighttime is a lot more dangerous with bigger, more aggressive packs of zombies, but I said we're going to get to the settlement today, and that's what we're going to do. So time is of the essence. I'm going to try and avoid combat where I can, but we are going to run into the odd zombie I'm going to have to cut down. Now the game's combat system is actually pretty good. It does feature a block and parry system. As you can see, I was stunning the zombies with a parry. Anyone who has played any Souls games is going to be immediately at home here. Now we want regular and advanced electronics. Anything electronic I'm going to take. Probably going to have to do some fighting here. No. Okay. That's good. Okay, so this is roughly where... Oh, hello. This is roughly where I think we'll find what we're after. So we need advanced electronics. Oh, you mongrel, you got me. I did bring some healing items on me, but we don't have a lot. So if I find food on the way, I'm going to take all the food I can carry. Okay, I think there's a chest up there. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to head in here first.
I see increased zombie activity. It seems like we're in for an attack tonight.
So unfortunately, we are going to have a zombie horde joining us tonight. And that means I can't dilly-dally. We need to do this fast. Oop, I'm going to gather all the chests in the area. And then we're going to head on back. And then hopefully, if I get time before nightfall, I'm going to gather some more wood. And we're going to set up some walls and maybe a second ballista. We did get some electronic components, so I may be able to build a second one. Maybe some spikes. Well, that's good. We'll take that. And, oh, nice. An upgraded engine. That is a fantastic find. I'm having that. Okay, now I did see another chest somewhere here. Yep, there's one. Lots of good stuff. Mainly basic materials, but it's those blueprints we're after. Okay, so I think there was a wall or a window. Here we go. Drop out here. And, oh, there's another one down here. Look at that. Oh, a reinforced bow. Yes, please. Now, you can make some nice stuff, but you really are going to get the best gear in the game from exploration. Now, unfortunately, at this point in the game, I can't repair it. So once you break it, it's gone. But what I'm carrying in my hand, for example, this copper sword, I can't build right now. Same with that copper axe. I really want that. That would help to a huge degree. I can probably drop that. Okay, we'll take the axe. I'm going to have to do a bit of fighting here. Wait for him to get out of the bog. Excellent. I do need that resin, or that green goo. I really don't have anything to drop. Maybe the mushrooms. That's okay, we'll come back. Okay, there is one more chest I want to check out. Down here. I think we got all the good stuff. Let's check down here. Here we go. Ah, this is what I need. This is what I need. These. So what I'm going to do is let's drop the sticks. And that wooden club is nice, but I don't really need that as well. Well, that'll do.
Now let's locate stinker zombies and gather their green goo. It will grease our components. Stinker zombies generate a green cloud when you approach.
Okay.
Some vehicle upgrades will provide an additional core component, thereby increasing the vehicle's total durability.
Now what we've got is an upgrade that will increase the survival machine's health. And that is why I chose to go looking for these components. It's going to really help once we get into the later game. As you can see, wandering around in daylight is far easier. There we go. So now with our upgraded electronic parts, I can build the support cylinder. And we can install it.
Core components will grant you slots for machine improvements. You can choose one of the available buffs. Remember, core components will lose health over time. To keep the buffs functioning, you have to maintain the core components at the required health level.
Okay, so what that means in simple terms is that this upgrade over time is going to damage our vehicle. But as long as we keep everything repaired, we're golden. Thankfully, the game doesn't have any sort of fall damage, so you can just jump off at any point. And over here we have the barricade we need to destroy. Now, they were halfway, the settlement was halfway through doing this, when obviously they have been attacked. I had to kill these guys. Now, zombie hordes aren't too bad during the day. It's easy to break them up. Which is exactly what I'm going to do now. Now these big armoured guys, they're pretty rough to fight. They can double swing, and your shield can only take 2 consecutive hits. So if you're fighting more than one of these guys, it can be really, really dangerous, which is why I carry my longbow. Okay, so all we have to do is cut our way through here. connect the detonator, and then kaboom. Now we've got a few of these to do, 3 exactly. There we go. While I'm here, all this coal is going to be very good for fuel or gunpowder. Okay, so we'll follow this up the hill. We've already explored that laboratory. Okay, up here. Okay, and up here. I just want to make sure everything is properly set up. Looking good. Yep. Okay, we should, in theory... Oh, great, we've got a horde. And I see there's one more point I have to connect. I might be able to do it. No, they're right in the way.
Night's coming soon. Get ready.
We gotta kill them. Now, night is coming. As my friend pointed out, don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to cheat, do a bit of parkour. Hop up here. I could build a bridge. There's a bunch of different ways I could do it, but this will do for now. Cover your ears. Boom. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 barricades done. We've got one more, but night is coming, and I really need to work on my defenses. So that is what we're going to do right now. First thing I'm going to do is start cutting down some trees. Now, keeping in mind I did bring a couple of axes here, so I'm going to gather all the wood I can get, because I've actually got 2 uses for the wood. One, lumber for fuel, and 2, we're going to use some of it to construct some walls. Look at all those trees over there. Guess what we're going to be doing? Choppy choppy. This is a very nice area with a lot of wooded plains. I'm just hoping these zombies will just chill out where they are. Our vehicle fuel tank's already at 2/3. So going to need to top that off. You, my friend, have got to die. Because I need more wood. Gots to have it. Now, I would like, ideally, a couple of 100 wood. Probably not going to happen today. Because I'd like to wall off most of my base. I think I'll grab one more and that's going to have to do. One more. Okay, 148. It's not perfect. But we are out of time. So back we go. We do not want to be out here in the middle of the night amongst a horde. Now you can see there's a couple more of these switches left to go. One more barricade. So what I'm going to do is put half in here, because we've got a ton of planks, and then the other half in the generator. Okay, back to full. Now next I want to get some walls up, so let's do that. Now probably doors would be good here, so I'm going to build a door frame. Wooden doors, that'll do there. There we go. Beautiful. I'm going to need another door frame here. Oops. Okay. Boom. Now, of course, we're going to need defenses out here. But for now, I'm just focusing purely on walls.
A wave of zombies is heading straight for us.
And what do you know? Just in time. I'm hoping that they are coming from the back. Wait for them to clump up. That's what you get, son.
Zombies are on the deck.
Okay. Very nice.
A wave of zombies is heading straight for us.
Now, as you can see, the ballista, it's putting in work. Now, ideally, I want some spikes and something a little bit more advanced. But at this point in the game, this is all I've got.
Zombies are on the deck.
Netted myself a very nice achievement.
The last wave of zombies is charging right at us. Full speed ahead.
One more wave of zombies. Now they can attack from other directions, but they tend to be more inclined to attack from the rear, which is fine.
Zombies are on the deck. Great job. You fought off the zombie attack.
Very nice.
Threaten us for the rest of the night.
Now patch myself up. And we can continue working on the barricades. But before we do, there's one more thing I want to do. And that's going to be to build a staircase. Just so I can get to the top. And do some defense. And I may put it here. Yeah, here. Okay. Granted, this is not going to be a massive defense, but at least now I can set up a wall here. In fact, I could probably put a small wooden wall. Or a door. A door will do. Good. Okay. So now we've survived the night attacks, we can get back to the barricade and focus on getting into the settlement. The zombie horde has been crushed. So now we can turn our attention back to removing the blockade. There are 4 remaining plungers we need to hit. Then, even after we destroy the barricades, we still have to get into the settlement. Thankfully, the engineer that did this wiring job has at least color-coded all the wires. That makes our life a little bit easier as we find the last 3 plungers. Okay, up here. I can kind of cheat, do a bit of parkour, get around some of the harder parts of the level. Another barricade up in smoke. Okay, 2 left. Got the red barricade here. Looking good, looking good. Now we are going to have to contend with hordes. This is because we are very close to the settlement, and the zombie population is going to go up quite sharply. Okay, we've got the other pink cord here. At least I think that's pink. Oh, well, we've got a zombie horde to get through. Now, it's going to be a bit too dangerous to run down in there, so I'm going to pick a couple off. That's what the old faithful bow's for. Now I want to be especially wary of these armoured zombies. The armoured zombies in a pack are very dangerous. Just make sure you by yourself, you are. I missed that. He clocked me. As you can see, these guys are far more durable and do a lot more damage than their weaker counterparts. There's a purple cable. Oh, the red one's up here. Thankfully, the old parry does really well against these guys. And I need logs and sticks. Well, thankfully for us, there is an abundance of those nearby. And anything left over will, of course, just go into base building. How rude. Just trying to gather some materials and you have to get in my way. I reckon if we cut down this tree next, we'll have enough. Beautiful. So whip out the hammer. Bam. Connect the red wire. And we have liftoff. Now the last one, of course, is going to be the hardest to get to. Follow the pink or purple cable down here. Hope the wire didn't break in the water, so I don't electrocute myself. Nope. Now I'll bet we've got more hordes because we are right next to the settlement. Yep. Now, even with a bunch of arrows to the head, these heavy armored zombies are very tough. Now, I could try and get past them without fighting, but I think we're just going to take them out. Just for safety's sake. I don't want to be disarming or repairing explosives while I'm getting attacked. Plus the extra resources don't hurt. Very nice, very nice. Okay. I think that is ready to go. Let's test it out. And with that, we've unblocked the way to Sanctuary. So I'm going to start up the machine. The survival machine is very slow. So I doubt it will arrive before we get the gates open. Let's empty up. We'll hang on to the berries for now. Now we've got one more task between us and the settlement, which is to open the gates. There are two gate controls, one on the left and right of the gate, respectively. And we'll hit the right first, because I reckon that's the control right there. And the left, it looks a bit harder to get to. We may have to go the long way. We'll see. I might, if I can get over the gate, I might be able to go up the back way. But this is super convenient right here. Oh, look at that. Yep. So we can, I reckon we can climb our way up. I'll move this. Nope. There we go. I can use the banister. There. Oh, no, maybe not. I reckon if I get my angle right. Ah, there we go. Perfect. There probably was a more elegant way to do that, but Can't argue with success. Now, of course, it's not going to be a straight shot. Yep, we're going to have to fight our way on through. But the good thing is, these guys are dropping a lot of resources we need. So, no biggie. That's the first gate control. Beautiful. We're halfway there. Okay, so if I drop down to here... Now, what am I worrying about? There's no drop damage. Old habits, I guess. Okay. Now, that is not looking encouraging. Some of the settlement looks like it's already been razed. Maybe not. Some of the buildings are intact. Will we find human survivors? Who knows? But I'd rather have a big set of gates between me and the zombies. The second lever should be just up here. I'm a bit dinged up, so we're going to eat some jam. There we go. It appears our task is not as straightforward as I hoped. Maybe up ahead. Don't know what you're up to, buddy. But I'll take your resources. Now, what I should have done was bring a spare weapon, although I have picked up a few. Ah, there we go. I see a ramp on the left. That's where we need to go. Smash down some more healing. Yeah, these guys are dropping a lot of junk. Nothing really useful. Maybe the cloth, but that's about it. I reckon up ahead, this door here, yes. This is the way to freedom. So I can't afford to be careless. Okay. It looks like another puzzle. I can see the survival machine starting to roll up. We got a bit of time though. So this lever moves these two. And we have to get the arrow straight north. Like so. Whoops. Okay, and this moves both, but I can move the middle one by itself. Yeah. Okay, nice and simple. Now there's a lot of zombies in here, so obviously I'm going to pick them off one at a time. Although they don't seem to be putting up much of a fight. Maybe you. That being said, the longbow I'm rocking is pretty good. I can't actually make these just yet. Most of my gear is actually looted. The stuff you'll loot is far better than anything you find. Very nice. So we've got one more foe to cut down. You, my friend, just run out of luck. Okay, so we've got a very, very productive run. A lot of raw resources, spare weapons.
Prepare to unblock the road.
And with this, the second and final gate swings open. And the survival machine made it just on time. So I'm going to drop down. Don't have to worry about breaking my legs. Legs of steel. Now, I would love to continue playing the game, but I think we're going to have to leave this here. As I said, depending on how this video goes, there may be a part 2 and a cooperative campaign. I would love to play this with my friends. So maybe if we do happen to get more keys for the game, you'll definitely see that happen. But I'd like to extend a very special thank you to the guys over at Playway. I've really enjoyed seeing their take on a survival game. As always, they've done a fantastic job. Do I recommend the game? Well, absolutely. This is a great, fun little survival game. It's not as unforgiving as others. It's very accessible, and I think it would be even better with a co-op campaign. But we'll see how we go. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.